this is a workout that you can do around feeling like you have tightness in your hips. This is not necessarily intended to relieve it, it's just managed to continue to work around it so you can keep making progress on your goals, because while we work to improve mobility, we want to have performance metrics that we can kind of continue to refocus on or revisit, as well as continuing to make changes on the things that we want to, like muscle definition or body composition, weight loss. All of those things require muscular stimulation. Otherwise, you are not going to make as much progress as you want. And we don't necessarily, it doesn't need to be mobility or strength. We'd like it to be a combination of both, right? And then things that don't necessarily detract or make symptoms worse, okay? So in this workout, we're gonna do 3 exercises. We're gonna do split squats, hip cars, and reverse Nordics. So a reverse Nordic is a quad exercise done kneeling. You are going to want a mat or cushioning for that. You are going to, for your split squats, want something that you can use to support. Again, because our goal is positive feelings, positive ranges of motion. And you may feel limited in certain things, so I want you to explore the ranges of motion that you have access to, and I don't want you to be worried about balance stopping you from being able to do that, right? The support can help us keep the work where we want it instead of being worried about trying to balance and work hard, right? I've got a set of dumbbells here that I'm going to include in our workout. I'll show you how to add them into certain things, and but you can always do these exercises body weight if you don't have equipment or if you are still working on getting up to the reps that we are looking to accomplish. So for our split squats, we're going to do 3 sets of 10. For our hip cars, we're going to do 3 sets of 2 reps. So very different from what we've done in the previous one. And then our reverse Nordics, we're going to do 6 reps because those are pretty hard depending on what your range of motion looks like. All right, let's get started. This is a follow along workout. So we're going rep for rep together. All right. So we're going to start with our left leg forward. We're going to take a wide stance as far as you can comfortably without feeling like you're having a massive stretch on this front hip. All right. We're breathing into our ribs and we're descending. If you can't go knee to the ground and this is what it looks like, totally fine. Totally fine. All right. We're going to do 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay if your knees go over your toes, but I don't need you to be doing something like that. Let's call that 6, 5. I want you to try to descend so that you can feel your front heel working. 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. And we're going to go ahead and switch. Okay? So it doesn't have to be a massive split. We want the weight to be distributed like 60-40. 60 on your front, 40% on your back. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale down. Exhale up. 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Okay, on to our hip cars. Like I said, 2 reps, that's it. But in this case, I'm going to be pushing down harder through my dowel. I'm going to be carving out every square inch of range of motion I have. All right? So here we go. Tense, like our kids are going to come up and punch us in the stomach. Down through the dowel, sweep that heel across. Hacky sack, neutral, open gate, ankle bone to the ceiling, around. And again, we're not leaning forward as we do this. We're staying tall. Lift, back to Captain Morgan, neutral, hacky sack. I am stabbing my heel across my body. Up, neutral, open gate, all the way around. Nice job. Okay, other side. I'm going through this at a decent clip. You can slow things down if you need to. We're not using crazy heavy weights. So in this case, recovery time between exercises can be a little bit shorter. If you are using heavier weights, take your time, recover for a minute, maybe even 2 between exercises or between attempts at that exercise. So if I do a split squat on one side, rest 30-ish seconds, go to the other side, into the hip cars, into the reverse Nordics, it'll be about 2, maybe even almost 3 minutes before I come back to the split squats again, right? External rotation, hacky sack. I am reaching for that wall as hard as I can. Neutral, open gate, ankle bone to the ceiling. Notice my knee is dropping down as I do this. Into hip extension. Every single tiny square inch of range of motion is being captured that I have access to. Great. Remember, we're not doing a ton of reps of that because that should be hard. We're tensing our entire body as we do this. All right? To our reverse Nordics. Again, like I said, you're going to want a pad under your knees. For me, I've got carpet and yoga mat. So those two together is a good amount of cushioning. But if you need to, grab a pillow. All right? So we want our toes dug in. If that's uncomfortable, you can be here. It's not the end of the world. Abs are tight. Breathing into that upper back. Pushing down through the top of our feet or our toes. And we're leaning back as far as we can. Right? As far as you can go. If you can go all the way, great. But if you've got tight hips, you're probably not going all the way. What we want to avoid, though, is extending our backs as we do this. We want to keep our abs tight because we want our quads to stretch and then push us back up. All right? 6 reps. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. 6. And you can gradually increase the range of motion as you feel comfortable with it. You can make the range of motion smaller if you're starting to twinge through the front of your hips. Big stretch in the quads, tension here, not low back, not back of hips like pelvis area or coccyx area. We are just looking for quads. All right? Back to our split squats. Now I'm going to show you how to incorporate a dumbbell into this. So we want the support on the opposite side of our front leg and the dumbbell on the same side as our front leg. The dumbbell is going to descend straight between the two legs, kind of even with the back leg at the very bottom. Back up so you can see. Right? Here we go. 10 reps. 1. 2. That base of support is there to keep you stable, not help you on the way up unless you need it. This is the cool thing. If you are doing body weight and it feels like it's too high threshold, you can use that dowel to help you on the way up. 7. 8. 9. And 10. I think I'm going to do an extra. Remember, you want these to be really hard. So by the time you're done with them, you're feeling pretty fatigued. Like this is a challenging enough workout to continue your progress, but not so hard you're not going to be able to walk the rest of your day. Okay? So as I was saying with the support, if you need help coming back up, little by little as you get stronger, you'll need less and less help. Right? Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Nice job. That one should be a good balance between quads and glutes. Your butt should be working pretty hard on that. The more weight that is in your front foot and in your toes of your front foot, you're going to feel a lot more quad. In your heel, you should get a nice stretch out of your butt. All right, back to our hip cars. So remember that support is in the same side as the moving leg, because we're essentially replacing our leg with that support. All right, here we go. Up, neutral, open that gate as far as you can, ankle bone to the ceiling. You can roll up a sock and squeeze it in that opposite hand just to continue to create tension. Up again, neutral, open gate, internal rotate, together, out, up, around, and back in. Great. Tension strategy, using our ball, our handy dandy rainbow ball. Squeeze that ball like you're trying to pop it. All right, you should feel that your whole body starts to increase tension as you do this. Stab that heel across. Sweep that ankle bone up. Internally rotate to a neutral position. Open the gate. Captain Morgan. Internally rotate further all the way into hip extension. We're not here, but we're also not here. You see my foot peeking out behind me? We don't want that. Out. You will notice as you do some of these things that you might let go of the ball slightly in certain areas because your body doesn't want to work as hard into that section. Rest your grip in between sets. Okay. If you're dealing with knee pain, the reverse Nordics may not be for you. I'm going to give you an alternative exercise on this one to help you still build strength in your quads without pissing off your knees. If the reverse Nordics felt good, keep going with them. If they don't, this exercise is for you. All right? We are going to go to a beast plank position. So hands are going to be here, right underneath our shoulders. Our knees are going to be right under our hips, actually even a slight bit further forward. We're going to kick our toes down into the ground, and we're going to allow ourselves to lift up slightly. All right, we're going to slowly come back down and touch those knees to the ground. Kick the ground away and come back down. Abs are tight. We're not arching as we do this. We're pushing into the ground with our toes, hard enough for us to be lifted off. Slowly land. We're going to do 6 reps of this, all right? Up, hold, down, 1. Up, hold, down, 2. If you're dealing with plantar fasciitis, this might feel better. Up, hold, down, 2, 3. Up, hold, down, 4. You also get the added benefit of core strength. Up, hold, down, 5. Up, hold, down, 6. Nice job. One more round and then you're done. All right? Again, this is not the only lower body workout you can do around tight hips. This is a workout you can do around tight hips. Okay, left leg again for those split squats. Descend nice and slow. 1, 2. Don't crash into the ground. 3, 4. You might even hear my cracky ankles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. If the weights you have at home are too light, you can slow down even more and take your time going to the ground, and that's going to make it significantly harder. A rep that takes you 4 to 5 seconds to get down is much harder than a rep that takes you 1 second to get down. All right, here we go. 1, push through those heels, or that front heel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful. All right, back to our hip cars. Externally rotate, reach up, hold. Find that, squeeze that, lift harder. Neutral, hold. Open gate, hold. Hold. Ankle bone up. That was my Braveheart impression. And together, lift. Captain Morgan, neutral, open gate, stab across. You should feel your inner thigh work as you do this. Up, neutral, open gate, reach back, and then all the way back through. It doesn't matter if it's a perfect rep, it matters that you're trying. All right, intention is really powerful with this stuff. You know, they say something's better than nothing, but something good is still better than something bad. And 80% good is still better than nothing. So if your exercise isn't perfect, that's okay. Neutral, open gate, all the way around, all the way through, stab that heel across. Nice job. Last set of reverse Nordics. Now again, another progression or alternative, you bring your dumbbell with you. Pushing those toes into the ground and reaching back. You can, 2 different progressions that you can use are to go for a bigger range of motion or more weight in the range of motion you do have access to. So even if your rep looks like this, but you can use weight in it, that's still okay. That's still progress. And then little by little, you might see that range of motion increase, but you won't necessarily be able to withstand extra load in that position. Again, this is all ways to progress a single workout. Whew. Most people quit on a workout too early or try to change things too often. And it's hard to see progress when you change your workout all the time. You could repeat this exact workout twice a week for the next 6 to 8 weeks and continue to see progress depending on how new you are in the gym. If you have been in the gym for a really long time and you've never done any of these movements, you'll still see as much progress as a newbie. It just might not happen. You may have to change up after 4 weeks. All right, thank you so much for being here. I'll be continuing to add workouts to this. This is just the at-home dumbbell plus body weight one. I'll be adding more home ones. I'll be adding more gym ones. So this is the first of many. I hope you enjoyed it.